Okay, are we?
Hello?
Okay, now we got it. We're in business.
Hello?
We're in business.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, you got to stop. Okay, clap us in. Clap us in. You said.
Marker.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Mariah.
And
this
this
is
is
kind of
Kinda
everything. Hi, you missed the shenanigans that were happening before the episode. If you want to join our behind the scenes crew, you totally can.
It's true.
You get to see the absolute chaos that ensues.
My favorite part was we had been going for 15 minutes. The phone recorded for 3.
3.
So we're going to restart this episode. And honestly, it's probably for the best.
Yeah,
The dogs were feral for probably 7 minutes of it. So we finally chilled out. Lucy is laying on the ground. Bean is over here.
Yeah, Nellie
Acting like, paint me like one of your French girls, like she owns the couch.
Nellie invited herself onto my lap, crawled over on top of my laptop.
Yeah.
And laid down.
She's a baby girl. No little baby girl.
Oh, man.
Don't even act like you don't talk to them like that.
No, I do.
It's a puppy girls.
The puppy girls. I talk to your girls like that. I don't talk to my...
It's true.
Dog
Because
like
that's
that.
how our girls talk.
Yeah, that is.
It's true.
It is. It's true.
Anyway,
so
now that we're restarting, we're going to talk about Duck Fight Club.
Yes.
And we're not talking about it. If you're watching this, I just winked super dramatically. If you're not watching it, pretend like you can hear my eyelashes fluttering for the wink.
I could try to make
that was a terrible noise. I hated everything about that. I hated everything about that. That was like ASMR in the worst way. The worst way.
What kind of sound would I
don't know, dude, but that was crazy.
Like, what sound would they make?
Flutter, flutter. Anyway, Duck Fight Club.
Anyway,
so if you listened to our last episode, we talked about how we were beholding joy, as Mariah coined it.
Yes.
And part of that was seeing the ducks in my neighborhood. We have a high duck population. Anyway, we're laying in the front yard of some old lady's house, and we have one duck group on one side and one duck group on the other side because only half of them decided to be brave. And we're like kicking our feet up, like our hands under our chins. We're so cute. This is the best day ever. And then all of a sudden the ducks start fighting.
Yeah.
And we're like, whoa, chill, bro.
Fight.
Well, yeah,
fight.
I think we said fight twice. And then we're like, no, just
oh,
kidding.
hold
Not
on.
really. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was pretty wild.
Yeah. We were like, what is happening? Can we all just get along?
Please stop.
It was like schoolyard playground rules. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Okay. I was like, huh?
So, anyway, we don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club. But what we do talk about is... Can we just talk about Chick-fil-A for a second?
Always.
Chick-fil-A is so good.
I could talk about Chick-fil-A for 30 minutes like I can talk about barbecue for 30 minutes.
Just before we recorded this episode and then had to re-record the episode.
Yes.
We got lunch, as we do.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually get Chick-fil-A, as we do.
Yes.
And I decided to change up my order today. Normally, I'm a little...
As we do. No.
Yeah. Normally, I'm a little chicken nugget or...
Chicken
strip girl. And then I'll get, like, fries. Or sometimes, like, I'll get the market salad. That one's really good.
True. You do be like the market salad.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's not what you got today.
No, I got spicy deluxe today because, you know, I was just craving it.
She was feeling spicy.
It used to be my go-to for a long time. But I got it today. We get back to the house. We're eating. Ashley's pulled up a video from our good friend, Season.
Mm-hmm.
And she's watching it. And we're watching it together. And I open my box. And I just, like, I'm like, what is
She just gets real quiet. And
I'm just looking down. Looking back at Ashley, like, what is
And I'm watching the video.
Yeah, she has no idea. And I look over. Finally, she makes eye contact with me. And I'm like, dude, look at this. There's 2 top buns.
No bottom bun. No extra bottom bun.
They just gave my sandwich an extra hat.
And you just know someone in the kitchen
Probably thought it was so funny.
Well, that or is like, where the heck did the top bun go? Why do we have an extra bottom? They're probably so confused.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. I thought that was worth mentioning.
My other favorite part was we go through the drive-thru line and you would put extra pickles, and the guy looks and goes extra pickles.
Because
Like,
on the app it said times
okay.
6 because I want all the extra pickles.
I didn't even know it did that.
Yeah, literally.
That's
so
even
I literally
funnier.
just tap
I
it
thought
until
he
it
was just
doesn't let
being
you.
dramatic.
No.
Did they give? How many pickles did they give you?
Probably 5.
Okay. Yeah. See, I feel like if you push it 6 times, you should get 6 pickles.
I agree.
Well, no, that's not true. Because if they give you 3 pickles as a standard, 3 times 6 is 18. So you should have 18 pickles on that sandwich.
I have definitely.
Chick-fil-A. What's your response?
We're waiting. We're waiting. We're holding the mic out for you.
Speak up.
Here you go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I meant moo because
Eat more chicken.
eat more chicken.
Oh,
Anyway.
funny. One time I went to McDonald's too. I got a soft serve cone.
I'm
And I
shocked
was-
the machines were working.
I know.
Once
You're-
in a lifetime experience.
For real. Dude, I'm struggling with this Dr. Pepper, man. Anyways,
Sorry we don't drink bubbles before we record.
I know, but I'm gonna spare everyone's ears as much as I can.
Yeah, just mute that.
Oh, I will. I will.
She's gonna be like, whoa.
Anyways,
So you got an ice cream cone
yeah,
at
I got an
McDonald's.
ice cream
Mickey D's.
at McDonald's, which is like so rare because I feel like every time we
Yeah.
go through the freaking
I'm sorry,
drive.
our machine's not working today.
Sorry, we're cleaning it. We just started cleaning it.
McDonald's, what do you have to say about that? Hold the mic out. Just kidding. I'm so sorry.
Dude, we need to make this a thing now.
Shoot. What's your response?
What's your response?
Spotify or Apple? Apple. Go ahead.
Spotify.
So you got your little cone.
I did, and I'm eating it, and I get to the cone part, and I take a little crunch. I actually have a video of it, but I took a crunch of it.
Crunch.
I'm like, what the heck? And I ended up grabbing a napkin and like flipping it over so that there's two cones inside the one cone.
It's a 2-for-1 special.
It was.
2 for.
They're like, oh, we're gonna give this cone a pair of pants of another cone.
That's a wild thing to say.
I don't know. It's
A
just
pair
like
of
my
pants.
bun got an extra hat.
Yeah.
It's like on the bottom. I don't know.
No, I'm tracking.
It's like a bottom bun, but a cone.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, weird. Just weird stuff that like sticks out in your brain because it's like out of the ordinary, but it's really not that significant.
Right.
Yeah, but it's kind of just silly and goofy.
Love it.
I had to mention that.
Love it. Yeah, it was quite the surprise. Did you eat that second bun?
I did.
I'm dead.
I used it as a reason to shovel more sauce into my mouth.
I mean, we all know it's not publicly acceptable to drink sauce with a straw.
No, but I will unashamedly like out of the container.
Oh, I've seen you do it. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Couldn't
It's
be
usually
me.
when there's like only a little left.
Yeah, I just open a new sauce packet at that point.
Well, it's when there's no sauce left.
Oh, that
Yeah.
okay. Valid. That
And
makes
it's
sense.
because I have like one nugget left or something.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks
I'm
for calling
tracking.
me out.
Sorry.
She said, yeah, you're
Not
wild for
sorry.
that.
I'm not sorry.
I know.
So anyway, also before we started recording, we're eating lunch, and Mariah's like, "What is your quintessential road trip song?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, by Usher," which is funny because you
I
have
was
been
literally
humming it,
just singing it.
and it didn't register in my head at all that was the song. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I play Yeah on every single road trip I ever go on. And then I further explained it's either like my playlist called Liddy Titty, Tiddy, a country playlist. That comes another burp. Or true crime podcast. Those are like one of the 3 that I listen to. So,
Yeah.
which is wild. I was thinking about this because when we were driving back from family camp
Mm-hmm.
in the dark, in the mountains, like I would just like to put that out there, I'm listening to a crime podcast. Probably wasn't the best idea. I actually really didn't get scared. Like, I don't feel like I was scared. But then I had the thought of, like, what if someone just, like, popped out of one of these turns straight in the street? Just, like, out of nowhere.
Surprise, Sade.
And I was like, the way I'd run somebody over. No, actually. Just kidding. For legal purposes,
Well, I
this
mean,
is a
when-
joke.
But when
I
you're
would drive
going-
around them,
I was gonna
though.
say, when
I would
you're
not
going-
stop.
When you're going, like,
50.
when you're going the
55,
speed limit,
yeah.
it's like there's no way that you're gonna be able to avoid someone, especially on the curvy roads in the mountains.
But I just thought of, like, what if someone, like, jumped, like, popped out of the middle of nowhere, like, waving their arms like they were in trouble. I wouldn't stop.
No, when you're alone,
A single woman?
absolutely not.
Number 1.
Number 2, it's
Number 2,
dark.
dark. No.
Number 3, I don't know you.
Bingo.
Or what you stand for.
Hello, Ted Bundy? You're not
Ted
worried.
Bundy was like super charming.
It doesn't matter. You're not. But he said like a lot of his stuff was like car trouble. Girl, I've listened to enough true crime.
A lot of the guys or the girls.
Oh, he definitely did.
And stuff.
Yeah, but he also used his car as like a reason for people to pull over to help. Like, you're not shoving me in the back of a trunk. Are you on crack? That is not happening.
Are you on crack?
No.
Because I might think that you are.
I've learned a lot of things from true crime. I would scratch you up so your DNA was under my fingertips. I would stick my thumbs in your eyeballs and I'd kick you in the groin. I am not playing.
I would scratch you so your DNA is under my fingertips.
Listen, if I was murdered, you better believe they're going to find out who did it, and I'm going to make it so they can.
Okay, what is worse? Dying by being burned alive or dying by drowning?
Burned alive or drowning? I mean, neither. They're both terrible.
Yeah, but which one?
Whichever one's faster, bro.
If you got to choose.
Whichever one's faster. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like to be honest, it's not going to matter because you're going to be dead. You're not going to remember. This isn't like The Good Place where you like die and then you get up there and they're like, what happened? And God tells you like what happens.
Yeah. That's a good show.
It's pretty funny. But you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to remember.
Yeah.
So it's like, meh.
It's like, meh.
Plus, I don't want to think about me dying. But
no, but I'm saying, like, if you had to choose, like, those are the only 2 ways that you're gonna die one day. But you get to choose which way.
Unfortunately for you, I'm not playing this game.
I would choose fire. And the reason...
What?
No,
smell your own skin burning?
Yes, but here's the reason, okay? Because 1, your nerve endings burn off. So you stop feeling it. And you inhale smoke, so you'll pass out. And then you just
I'm not gonna lie, it's insane that is what you thought about.
Well, because with drowning, it's like you try to breathe and you can't.
Yeah.
And you're fighting it, and your brain's freaking out, your heart's pounding in your chest, you like can't breathe, and then finally you do, and you breathe in water.
And then you're like, dark turn, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, did take a dark turn. Sorry, y'all. But you were talking. What were you talking about that made me think of that?
Because I was talking about my true crime podcast and how I would make sure someone knew if I got murdered who the murderer was.
Yeah.
I am playing.
Yeah. That made me think of, I guess, ways to die. But anyways, that's something that people always like talk about around the campfire. It's like, if you gotta choose. Because it always starts like a...
Not my campfire.
It always starts like a... Well, it starts like an argument of like which way is worse. And then it's like, no, you're dumb because you would actually pass out before that.
I don't like any of that.
Or whatever.
Do you want to know something funny though?
Yeah.
So my parents have planned their funerals, which is hilarious because they're not old.
Wow.
Not old at all. But they've planned their funerals and my dad's like, Ashley, this is the one joke that you have to tell at my funeral. And I'm like, okay. He's like, you're going to walk up there and be like, I bet you're all wondering how we got him to fit in this box. Because he wants to be cremated. And my mom said, at my funeral, you're going to say, this is the only time she had a smoking hot body. Absolutely bonkers, but I'm going to do it.
Are you? You're going to
be like, yeah. No, it is a very like...
Surreal?
It's my dad. That's just him.
Mm.
That's him to a T. We have a new saying in our family: live, laugh, Cory, instead of live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, Cory.
Yes,
that's her dad's name.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it wasn't your dad's.
I know, there's some random
live, laugh, Steve. Brian.
That would be nuts. Thankfully not, but yeah, they said that, and I was like, oh, I can definitely make that happen.
Yeah. So good.
But you're all wondering how I got Cory to fit in this box. It's terrible. And so good.
He is not a small person.
Nah.
That's why it's funny.
I mean, our whole family is not a small... Like, none of us in our family have ever been small. On my whole family, I'm the only one in my blood family that is under 6 foot.
Yeah.
The only one.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'9". So... Yeah. People hate to see us coming at church. Oh, we have to sit behind them? We can't see the screen. We've had people, my husband and I are both, I mean, my husband's like 6 foot, 6'2". Yeah. I don't actually know how tall he is. Doesn't matter. and I'm 5'9", and we've had people like move out from behind us because they couldn't see the screen at church, like pick somewhere else to sit. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, wow, that was a fun silence, Mariah. You just sat and stared at me.
Sorry, I was processing. It's like hitting the point in the day where my brain starts to like,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
That's why we're gonna go play mermaids after this.
Yes, we're gonna go swim.
And we'll wax.
We're gonna swim.
We're gonna relax. We're not like other girls here.
Oh my gosh. The segue.
Okay, this is the segue. So I got this idea from ChatGPT. Thank you, Chat, for the idea. But I don't know if anyone can relate to this. I'm sure there are people who can relate to this. But in like high school or junior high or college, right? Like when like formative years of your life. Mm-hmm. You're just trying to fit in, and or you're trying to stand out, right? Like either one. You're trying to be special. You're trying to find belonging.
You said a wallflower. Who?
Yeah, you're trying to find belonging.
Yes, you're trying to find your community. Yeah, all the above.
Well, I was a little emo screamo girl.
Still
in
are.
Junior high school. Yeah, I still am. But it's not like my identity now.
Yeah.
But I made it my identity.
Yeah.
In like junior high,
You're
like
quirky.
early high school. Yeah, I was like, I'm not like other girls. I like hardcore music. Like I like, I like screamy, sad music. I'm just so cool and special. And I would wear, the skinniest skinny jeans you could ever find on planet Earth. I shopped at Hot Topic. I had all the band t-shirts.
Of course you did.
All the Vans, wore them till they were, had holes in every part of them and were unwearable.
Sorry for the being just jumped on me, so. Yeah, just went.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody can relate to that. I was also like, yeah, so you don't get me, like you don't understand me, because people would try to relate, and there were very few people who like actually did enjoy music like that. So like part of the I'm specialness was like legit in the sense of like not everybody liked it. But also, I would gatekeep these bands because I was like, dude, they're going to become popular and then they're going to change. And it's happened. It has happened. As an adult, I look back and I'm like, it's happened with some of them. But maybe that's just like how time goes as things change. And
crazy how that works.
I thought I was so cool and special. And like, yeah, I had another friend at the time who was also into bands and stuff, and there was a couple times where I just felt like she was bandwagoning off of me, and I was like, you're just copying me because I'm so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, it's because I felt insecure, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like,
no, I'm just thinking about younger Mariah.
I know.
It's making me giggle.
If only you knew.
Ironically, I also listened to Screamo in college because my ex enjoyed Screamo. Went to a whole concert. Couldn't hear for 3 days. I hate Screamo. We have a friend who's in a band, and they have a guy who does a little bit of screaming, and that I can handle. But like the whole thing being like, literally, I'm like, I am too old and I get migraines too easily for this at this point.
The double bass.
I do love that, like a double pedal for a drummer. Big fan.
So good.
Big fan. Talented.
So good.
I mean, like, and it takes so much talent to scream, to not mess up your vocal cords and to scream correctly.
Yeah.
Mad respect. Not for me. So anyway, I went to a whole Screamo concert with a boy in college, and then broke up, and I think I've listened to Screamo once since.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I threw that CD in the trash
like a few days ago. So
couldn't be me.
Could be me. I go through like little seasons. There's like little moods. But it depends on my mood.
Emo, what we would say like scene kid emo.
Yeah, I like emo music.
I will definitely listen to that.
Yeah.
Like
emo music, like Newfound Glory or Blink 182. That one's kind of like punk too, like
Creed.
Creed stuff.
Or not even emo. That's like divorced dad music.
Pearl Jam.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to that and like all of the what I would consider like emo pop when I was growing up, like Boys Like Girls, Panic at the Disco,
yes,
Paramore. Yes. Big fans of all those today.
Yes.
Big fans.
Yes.
So.
Or like one that still is one of my all-time favorite bands I think ever is Reliant K.
Oh, 100%.
So good.
Give me some Skillet.
Skillet.
I love Skillet. Saw them at the Rock and Road show.
Red?
I'm trying to remember if I know who they are.
Faceless, I'm faceless. If you ever listened to Air One, you definitely heard Red.
I didn't grow up here, so.
Air One's everywhere. Air One's like another K-Love, but better.
Interesting.
Different.
We had a
Nelly?
KLTY. Bean, you're doing the most right now, and you're getting on all of our nerves. Back yo cute little booty up, sister.
I'm currently trapped. I'm trapped.
I mean, there's worse thing to be trapped by.
And I can't get up.
She just gives a little pity eyeballs,
and
she's so precious.
She's just kind of using her elbows for doing the most.
And now we've got Nelly Bean in your lap, Lucy giving orphaned, abused dog over here.
Please, Mom, play
in
attention.
the arms of the angel, fly away. Okay. And just $2.99 a month, and you too can help animals like Lucy, who are too loved and too soft and too protected in this household. Yeah, that's the cost of us per month for treats, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they always get treats when they go in their kennel when we're
Definitely.
leaving, because Mom has mom guilt. But they eat plants, and they like to eat my pillows if I leave them out. So, I recently discovered Nelly can open doors.
Well, it doesn't help that her house has like the old doors from the 80s, the old doorknobs that are like horizontal.
Yeah, they're like a handle and not a knob.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need it.
I'll never forget. My husband and I were going on a date. And I'm sorry. I was like, what's happening?
It's my health app. It's reminding me to take care of myself.
My husband and I were going on a date, and we were like, we'll leave the girls out in our bedroom and close the door so then they can like snuggle on the bed, whatever. And like, we're only gonna be gone maybe an hour. We're just going to dinner. And I remember I left something in our room. So I'm walking back down the hallway and I see the door cracked like 3 inches with Nelly standing like a person. We make eye contact through the crack in the door and it just slams shut. And I was
so
like,
good.
oh my gosh.
You're like, that's not terrifying at all.
I know. I was like, I'm going to have nightmares about this. It was so funny though.
Oh my God.
And then after she tore up my favorite throw pillow, you know, because throw pillows aren't cheap, I was like, we've had enough. Yeah. Back to your kennel. So it's for the best. We want her to be safe. I don't want my stuff torn up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Vern?
I don't blame you one bit.
Sweet girls.
We have a lot of friends in our life who have dogs, and so we like to commiserate with each other about that. I think that's been like one community bonding thing that we've been able to do is like bond over dogs and the dogs being crackheads and just being full of it.
Well, I think of Lauren, Basil's mom. We talk about her quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they have a dog named Indy who is a little bit younger than your dog Azula, right?
Yeah.
And both of them are younger than our dog Bean. And Bean is the smallest one out of all 3 of them, but she's the oldest.
They're like around the same.
They're all within like 6 months of each other.
Yeah.
And they're all crackheads.
They are.
They just are. Like
they're tons all of energy.
Lovable, super great dogs, but all crackheads.
Yeah.
They've all eaten up stuff they shouldn't have.
Yep. Like
Indy recently attacked their new couch.
Attacked meaning he chewed the corner of it while they were gone.
And he's chewed it twice since then, she told me. Yeah, 2 more pillows. We were talking about it the other night, and he chewed 2 more, and I was like, oh no. Arnar.
Brother. Arnar Clear.
Charlie bit my finger. That's where I was going.
Oh no.
And this just shows our age gap right now.
Yeah. No, I do remember that. But I referenced that like more as a kid.
Yeah.
It's a throwback.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I live for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Ouch, Charlie.
Yeah. Hey, bit me. Anyway. Back to community.
Yeah, but like dogs has been like a big bonding point, I think.
And plants. I feel like so many of our friends love plants.
Yes.
Which is
great.
great.
Even if they're not good at taking care of them.
True. Which is great because we've talked about, last episode we talked about like propagations of plants.
Yes.
we need to have like a propagation party where we all just bring our plants that need to be like thinned and trimmed over here, get some haircuts on some plants.
Yes.
And then just like pass them around.
Yes.
That would be so fun.
I think we could do that.
We could have a charcuterie
and then
board.
We could do a charcutes. Have you heard people call it a charcuterie board?
Yes, that's terrible. Terrible.
It's so good. It's like making fun of
Girl, what you doing with your clip?
I don't know. It's like keeps falling out. Can you help me?
Yeah, hold my earring.
Okay. Hold your earring. Anyways, so it's making fun of the
thank you. Mm-hmm.
People who think they're so fancy.
Yes.
And are like, oh, I'm gonna get my little charcuterie board and my wine, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But by the way, just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. But
sometimes we love a good charcuterie board.
Yeah, but some people
are just a little extra about it.
Yeah, they're a little extra, so it's just funny. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get my charcuterie board out. We gonna have some salami. I was gonna say,
I don't even have a board dedicated for charcuterie, but I did when we moved into our new house. Our church gifted us like a little like homecoming basket basically, and it had like a little blanket, some candles, a deck of cards, and a platter, basically just saying like, now you're in home, you need to make community in your home, which I love because I love hosting. I know we've talked about this before, but it's like I just love it so much. Anyway. Yes. It's like this circle, it's like a Magnolia one from Target, but it's a circle platter. Yeah. It's like perfect for that stuff. I usually make sourdough chocolate chip cookies and I put them on there. That's like my go-to for parties. Yeah. But it is a good like charcuterie board, but I've never bought one with the purpose of being like, this is for charcuterie. Yeah. Yeah. Because you could just get butcher paper put out on your countertop. Like, yeah. It's not that serious.
I think we've done that for a girls' night.
We have at my old apartment.
Yeah. Yep. We've done that for a girls' night, which that's like another piece of community too. I think is girls centered nights. Around girls' nights. For sure. That's like Ashley and one of our other friends. They take turns kind of hosting, and then there's actually been a couple other girls who have been like planned things like so we've had girls' nights about once a month ish, and then during busy times sometimes we go a couple months without one, but yeah. We'll do once a month where either Ashley or our other friend will host, and we'll just share some food and just hang out.
Yeah, we'll do like potluck style. Sometimes we do arts and crafts. Sometimes we just sit and yip. Yeah. It's always so much fun though. It is. We've painted pumpkins. We've painted flower pots and planted weeds. Apparently. Just me. I was the only one that had a weed. It's fine. A lot of painting. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. We did like a chili board, a chili cooterie. 2 years ago. Yeah. At my apartment. And I made a big old pot of chili, and then we just had people bring fixings for chili.
All kinds of stuff. Like, you bring your favorite snack, bring your favorite whatever.
Our next one is this week. What's the date?
I think it's on. It's
this week
on Tuesday.
This coming week. And we're doing like a summer send-off, so bring your favorite summer dish. Yeah. So I still got to figure out what I want to do for that, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But the reason it started, for me at least, one, was because I love to host, and two, because, like, when you're married, a lot of times, and you can speak into this, too, but, like, you wrap your identity in your spouse sometimes. Like, it's very easy to do that. Yeah. And you have to have friends outside of your spouse. Yeah. Because if there are, like, red flags, you need to know. If there's accountability that needs to be there, you need to know. That if there is, like, something you need to work on and your friends see it, you need to have people that are going to speak in your life. Yeah. In all areas of life, not just marriage, but I think me specifically, like, you need friends that are not just your husband. Right. And it's important because if you and your spouse or like roommate, or like whatever, are the only people you're best friends with, then I think you're missing out on, one, a lot of joy. For sure. And two, personal growth. Because we don't all think the same way, even in our girls group. Yeah. And it's nice to be able to have a space where everyone can just come to the table and say, hey, I'm wrestling with this. What are your thoughts? Yeah. And like you and I don't agree on like a small chunk of things. I wouldn't say like a good chunk of things.
I think it's like, it's kind of just like preference things or things that are just like, they're not like foundational issues.
Yeah, they're not salvation issues. Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of our, like, obviously, we have said we are Christians. So a lot of our conversations like revolve around the Lord and like, I wouldn't necessarily say theology, but like there are a lot of preferences in church as well, like styles of worship, like styles of preaching, like what, like volunteering, things like that. But excuse me, that was like a
hiccup burp thing.
Yeah. What do we call those?
I don't know.
Biccup.
A biccup?
A biccup. A burp hiccup.
Sounds like a weird word.
Well, if you say herp, it sounds like herpes. That's even worse. I think biccup works better.
It sounds
Because you could say you got a herp.
no. It's the singular. It's the singular, of herpes. I don't have herpes. I have herp.
We're going to go with biccup. I feel like that's better.
So good.
Anyway, our church has a saying about community that it's made and not found.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is so true, because sometimes community can just fall in your lap, like your coworkers, and they become your community, or your neighbors can become your community if you're close by, you know, and you get along with your neighbors. But you have to be intentional. I think ironically, I saw this TikTok yesterday, the day before. I think I sent it to you. I'm not sure. And it was talking about community, and like sometimes you have to sacrifice your preferences and your comfortability to make community with other people.
Yeah. 100%.
Because like it's not hello Nelly.
She's gonna lay on my wire.
Sorry. We're not having technical difficulties. Nelly is. There.
Okay.
We got it. We're good.
Okay.
She just had to wedge herself in between us.
Okay.
She said, I need my mom. Anyway, I think that people talk about like boundaries of like, well, that's a boundary for me. I blah, blah, blah. And we have become too loosey-goosey with what boundaries actually are and what they should be.
I think people just use the word boundaries as an excuse to
get
not
out of stuff.
Lean in to things that are uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, because community's messy.
Yeah.
Like ironically, we've had disagreements about the podcast before.
Yeah. And
we've had to like talk through, what does this look like for us moving forward? How do we want to communicate? Because it's like, it was literally a preference.
Yeah.
And so, you know, even in that, like, we didn't break up. We're not friends.
No, it was just like a
moment.
The
podcast is safe. Don't worry.
It was just like a moment for us to either be like, okay, is this going to be a point of like contention?
Yeah.
Or is this going to be a moment where like, okay, maybe there was like an assumption or just not things that weren't communicated, right?
Expectations we didn't know were there.
Until it happened. Then we have to like shape them.
But I feel like that's the case with like any type of community, like your family, the family you chose or the family you were born into, with friendships. I mean, it's just...
You're doing the most, Nelly.
She's just so excited to be here.
She's doing the most right
She said, hi, internet besties. I love you all. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like you have to exercise muscles, like emotional muscles that aren't always comfortable.
Yeah.
To be in community and love people well.
So real.
Because there have been so many times that I'm like, I don't want to do XYZ, whatever activity it was. But then after I was done, I was glad that I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Like,
I think
showing up even when it's hard. Like we
I struggle with the opposite. Like I will run myself into the ground for other people.
Same.
And
I'm not even a 2 on the Enneagram like you are.
Yeah, I know, for real. But it's like I will run myself into the ground for other people, which is a strength, right? It can be a strength.
Yeah.
It can also be a weakness because then I'm not taking care of myself and then I'm not showing up to be the best Mariah that I can be for those who do need me and do.
Well, and you can't pour from an empty cup.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
And so it's like, for me, it's been a learning process and a point of growth for me to be able to learn what boundarying actually looks like and understanding that healthy boundaried people actually love the best because it's like, because then you can say, okay, here's my standard operating boundaries, right? But leaving them with an open hand and being like, okay, this is where I normally lie so that I do have margin. This is what I normally do so that I have margin and have a full cup to pour from. But part of loving people is doing things that you don't want to do. For sure. And I think also leaving space for that.
Well, right? I think also like serving in church as well.
Yeah.
Because I think you should be serving in church. If you are part of a church body and you are being fed, you should also be feeding.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I don't just mean that in like a spiritual sense, but I mean like there's always room for volunteers at church.
Yeah. And
so I think like using a strength finder and figuring out what you would work well in, because there are some people in Kidsmen that you're like, bruh, you are not good with children. Why are you here? Like, And I don't think just because you have kids in kids ministry that you should be in kids ministry. Serve somewhere else. Be part of the hospitality team. Be there greeting people when they come in the door. How about you help set up for like a barbecue? Yeah. Which, you know, Idaho barbecue is different than the South.
Take pictures.
Yeah, take pictures, send them into the social media.
Videos.
Yes.
You can come hang out. You can be a part of, like, we have a team at our church that's doing like event environment, so they get to help with like decor or
that's what I think of all the time, like
helping
food
us
prep.
make people feel loved, and like what needs to happen in order to make people feel loved with the environment. So it's like, what things do we want them to have or take home, or what kind of food or what kind of decorations, or like, do we want couch vibes or do we want table and chair vibes, like what's the go, you know? So like there's so many ways to use your natural tendencies that you have been designed with that are so cool and amazing and make you unique in order to pour into other people and benefit them. You know?
And even if you're not part of a church, like even if you're not a Christian and you're not part of a church, you can still do that with people in your life. The end. Like,
for sure.
And I think you should.
I agree.
Because no one should live life alone. Like, I think about some of the loneliest times, and it's not always that people like forget about you. I think it's sometimes you don't feel loved because people are not showing you the way, like,
you just don't feel seen.
Yes. And I think a lot of that is because like we show love to people the way we want to receive love. And so I think the part that's uncomfortable is showing people love the way that they need to have love.
Which I think they need to have love, I think, is a great way of saying that, because sometimes the way that they want it is not the way that they need it.
True.
Because sometimes people want you to be affirming of them all the time, right? Like, and encourage them and praise them. And sometimes they don't actually need that. Like, that's just boosting their ego. And so, like, being able to, anyways, just like being able to like know people well enough. But being able to know people well enough in order to be actually serve them and be a good friend to them. Which that requires you getting your hands dirty and being in the hard situations with them and sitting with them and hearing them and hurting with them and supporting them and encouraging them. Like, it requires so much, which requires effort, and it requires energy, and it requires sacrifice, and it requires you to be committed to loving them. And I think what you're saying is good. I think we have to be able to love people in a way that they're able to receive it, right? Which they may not receive it, but being able to love them in a way that they can understand and receive.
For sure. I'm looking for I saved something I thought on Instagram the other day about, like, as you mentioned, sitting with someone in the grief. And it was like, I can't see it off the top. I thought it was like super recent, but basically it was saying how sitting with someone in the grief, like, a lot of people think if you sit with someone in grief, then it means you're going to just be sad. And that's not the reality of the situation all the time. Like, yes, you could feel empathy for them and you could feel sad that they're in that situation. But like the times I've sat with you in your grief, like, I haven't gone through a divorce, so I don't know what that feels like. And while I'm thankful for that on my side, I can feel sad that are going through that, and sad, and like I can empathize with you, just like you haven't lost a baby, and so you can only sit in part of that. But like, the common denominator is we've all walked through grief in some capacity. You can't be on earth and not walk through grief in some capacity.
Then the flavor that grief is, right? It's like, if you think of it as like a soup, you know?
I was like jambalaya. I don't know why that popped in my head. Yes, but soup.
It's like a soup or something, and then like the different flavors of grief is like we all experience, but it's still the same base. Like, it's still the same base level experience. And if you're not if you're not sitting with your own grief and actually experiencing it and moving through it, you're not going to be able to sit with other people. And so that's another thing to know. I think too, is like,
I would agree with that.
It's something that's really hard, but some of the most like shallow relationships that I've had are with people who are not comfortable with hard things. And I am certain that they have experienced really difficult things in their life, probably so difficult that they don't feel like they have the bandwidth for anything else, and so they can't, like, they don't even bring it up. They don't want to talk about it, but really what they're doing is like creating even more pain and loneliness for themselves, because they're not getting the support that they deserve and that they need in order to work through that, you know?
Well, and I think a lot of people think, like, if I talk to you about your grief and the like trauma you've experienced and the things that you're going through and that you have gone through in your life, that it's just going to make you super sad. And when in reality, like, yeah, you might feel some sadness towards it. Sometimes it's so healing, like we've talked about, to be able to just be like, hey, thanks for holding space for me to like vent about this or complain or just commiserate or you know, like, there's nothing wrong with saying like, hey, I'm not in a place where I want to talk about it today, and that's okay too. But knowing yourself, like, you don't have to talk about it, but also I think for me it's more hurtful if people pretend like it doesn't exist. Like, because that is probably the bit for me, the biggest part of my life is losing my daughter. And so, like, at least right now, because it still feels so fresh. I mean, and it's been
not
7
year.
7 months.
Yes, not even been a year.
Yeah. And so it's so deeply fresh for me, and I feel like when people like don't acknowledge it or like don't talk about it, like, I do want to talk about my daughter. I carried her for 12 weeks. What a blessing that was. And I don't know, I just think sometimes people just shy away from it because they're afraid of hurting your feelings. Listen, at this point, we're all grown-ups, and we should be able to tell each other when our feelings are hurt.
So true.
Because I'm telling you right now, and I know I've told you this, I've told all my friends, if you don't tell me if I offend you, 1, I don't know. 2, I can't apologize and make it right. And 3, there is a high likelihood I'm going to do it again because I didn't know it hurt your feelings the first time. Hello? Yeah. Like, that's what I mean when we have community and it's messy. Like, we have to be able to have grace for people that don't realize that they're hurting us. And then if they don't change when it's come to their attention, they're not for you. At the end of the day, if you have said, hey, this is really hurtful, and they don't care, they're not for you. Find a different table to sit at.
Freaking preaching over here.
I mean, but like, come on, like, this week we did a Q&A on the on our Instagram. I almost said on the podcast. On our Instagram.
And on the podcast Instagram.
The podcast Instagram, not our personal ones. And someone asked, what would you tell someone in college or going to college? Like, what's advice you would give them? And I said, find a seat at a table, but make sure it's the right one. And it's going to be trial and error, but you have to realize, like, and I think it's, again, a delicate balance of, like, what is suitable for you and what is stretching you and growing you. Abuse is not acceptable, period. Hear me say that. It is not acceptable, period. Being mean to people is not okay. Cutting people out because you don't agree with one thing is not okay. There is room for everyone at the table, even if we don't disagree. And I think that is a part of community that we need to lean into as people. Is that we're not all going to agree, and that is okay.
Well, and I think too, it's worth adding, I was having a conversation with another friend recently, and we were talking about how just like ghosting in our culture is so acceptable,
and it's like laughed at. Like, why is that funny?
Well, like ghosting in dating relationships, ghosting in communities, even ghosting in churches, ghosting in friend groups, like, it's just so socially acceptable because people don't value the other person enough to have a hard conversation. And be like, hey, that thing that happened isn't working for me. That really hurts, and I value our friendship, and I want to be able to be your friend, but that thing that happened, like, is making me feel like I can't connect with you anymore, and I want to do that. Or it's like, hey, I've been hurt by this situation a lot, and I'm gonna have to create some distance until I'm able to, like, engage it again. But people aren't able to do that. Or it's just like, or hey, this isn't working for me anymore. Like, this church isn't working for me anymore because of whatever, which I'm not even going to get into the consumerism culture that we live in. That's horrible.
Not for this
podcast. but there are legitimate reasons to leave church communities. There are. And I think being able to lean into the people who have poured into you and invested in you, and who love you, And just say like, hey, I'm leaving, and this is hard, because like you, at the very least, you're saying with your actions that you value them, and you valued the time, energy, love, effort that they put into you.
Well, here's another hot take. You can still be friends with people from that church even if you leave that church.
No way.
Bada bing, bada boom.
What?
Like, I'm just saying, like, that's, in all honesty, there are so many people I've talked to, and like people I know, including myself, that have had church hurt because of situations like this. Yeah. And I try really hard to remind myself when I have my feelings hurt, and remind other people that we are imperfect people who serve a perfect God, and so we will always fall short. I make mistakes. Yeah. But if you don't tell me that I made a mistake, I can't fix it. Yeah. And I think that's the big piece, is I have a desire for reconciliation. And I also think you can have reconciliation with people, meaning you forgive them and you want peace, but you still don't have to have them in your lives.
Or you don't have to have like,
they don't have to be in your inner circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And there's grief even in that too.
For sure.
But it's like,
well, I feel like I just like had a friendship breakup, recently, and it's been hard because like my feelings are definitely hurt. Yeah. Like we were an integral part of people, like each other's lives. Yeah. And I feel like, I don't even know how to explain all that. It just hurts because I feel like, here's what I'm trying to say. This is better gathering of my thoughts. I feel like I put in a lot of time and effort, and I didn't do it to get something in return. Hear me say that, because I don't need anything. Like, I love you without expecting you to do anything for me. Right. Because that's how Christ loves people. Yeah. That's how, as Christians, we're called to be. That's what love is. Yes. Yeah. And like, I invest in you, but if you're not going to give me anything in return, I'm probably going to dial back the level of investment, because it goes back to, you can't pour from an empty cup. Right. And so I still love these people, even though they are choosing not to be in community with us anymore. Yeah. And like, Christianese aside, they're saying, I don't want to be your friends anymore. Yeah. That's what that means. Yeah. For like, if we don't want to be all Christianese over here. Yeah. But it's still hurtful. Like, I still feel like I did something wrong, but I've replayed it 5 million times in my head, and I don't think I did. Yeah. Like, there wasn't any big fight that happened. It was just like, a fizzle. Yeah. But it's like one of those, I just didn't expect it, I guess. And I think a lot of that goes into grief of like, when you're in grief, you can only give so much. And so I think a lot of people aren't willing, like we've talked about a lot, to sit in that and like push through that, because there are times you only have half a cup to pour from. Yeah. You can't give that to all the people you normally do. Yeah. Like, I know that after we lost our daughter, I did withdraw from a lot of people because I could not keep up. Yep. It's just the reality of the situation. Yep. And so I think that's the hard part for me, is like, well, when you went through this crisis and I pursued you because you said we were friends. Yeah. And then that's not reciprocated when, like, you know what I mean? Yep. Yeah. You do. I do. Because you've lost friendships. I have. Through your divorce. Mm-hmm. And that's hard. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard holding space for people and then figuring out the hard way that they're not willing to hold space for you when you're having hard things. Like, it almost feels like they don't understand your heart or know your character, because it's like, oh, you, like, I sat in hard things with you and I supported you and I loved you, but you don't love me enough to do that for me, and that kind of sucks. I think that's kind of how it feels.
Yes, or sometimes they don't know how, and so they just don't try at all. Yeah. Like, there's no communication. Like, if I didn't know how, like I've told you before, I don't know what you're going through, but how can I support you anyway? Yeah. What do you need from me so that you know that I love you? Yep. Because...
And sometimes just doing the thing. Like, sometimes just doing the thing that is on your mind or your heart, even if... more than often than not, it's not saying something to fix it. More often, it's just like showing up however you can. Like,
tell me why my first thought was like, you look like you need a muffin. My like first instinct when people,
how happy would that make you feel?
Right? But my first instinct is like, oh, you went through something traumatic, or you're going through a hard time. Food, muffins. Here's a cookie. Here's a casserole.
Here's a card, and I don't have the words to say, to fix the situation for you, but I just want you to know that I see you and I love you.
Exactly.
Or here's some flowers. I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
Or
hey,
I want to come over and sit with you and just scroll on TikTok on our phones next to each other. Or like, which is like whatever, but it's like just being present.
Yes. And I would say such a good example of that recently was the due date of our daughter was a couple weeks ago. And you came over and Lauren and her husband came over and y'all brought me Chick-fil-A for dinner and flowers. Yeah. And to me, that just meant so much that you're like, I see the pain you're sitting in and I love you regardless of it.
Yeah.
And like, we're willing to sit with you because you sit with us. Yeah. And like, we didn't have any magic words. Like, I didn't sit and talk about like, man, I really wish I was having a kid today. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we just piddle farted around and we made stupid jokes and we laughed at the dogs. And
if you needed to talk, then we were there. And if you didn't want to, then we were also there.
Yeah. But like, you and Lauren were just like, hey, we know you're having a really hard day. We know this is really sucky and you don't know what you want to do. And I'm like, yeah, I've never been in this situation before. Yeah. But you're like, but we want to be there anyway. Yeah. And I think that is what community is. That's the beauty of community. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you don't have the words, but you are a body and you can be there and you can have empathy and love for people regardless. Whether it's a baby dying, whether it's a divorce, whether it's the death of a parent or a grandparent or a move. Yeah. A loss of a job. Like, you know, a refugee that doesn't know this country. Yeah. Like, I think just holding your hands open for people and saying, I want to love you well. Yeah. How can I do that?
Something like traumatic happening. Yeah. Like anniversary of something hard, like whatever it is. I always think of like a kid, like a toddler, you know. Mm-hmm. And
in what way? Because I just think of toddlers and I think no impulse control.
I think of like a toddler having a meltdown, right? Like it's the end of the world for them and they're in so much pain. Yeah. And a good dad or a good mom would hold them, even if they're kicking and screaming. Yeah. And I think that's just like an image.
With a toddler.
But I think that that's just an analogy. Yeah. That's an analogy for, I think, what being present and loving people can look like at times. It's not like in that moment, anything you say, they're not going to hear what you're saying because the pain is so loud. Mm-hmm. But what they're going to remember... Or it might not register
at that time, but maybe when they're, like, out of the fog, they'll be like, oh, they said this to me, and that meant a lot. Right. Or they remember the feeling.
Right. But it's like... But I think what they will remember, what will stick with them, is you holding them and holding their hands. That you were there. And being there at their worst moment. You know? And, like... Yeah. More often than not, especially when you're in those moments, you don't have the semblance of brain cells. Like, you have no... remainder of your brain left because like, so much who am I? Blah, blah, yeah. Yes. You're just like, you're mush because the pain and the grief is so heavy. It requires so much of you.
It's overwhelming.
And it's like, it's nice to feel seen in that way, right? That you're like, not that you are a toddler, but just like that toddler in the scenario. Yeah. It's so consuming. What you're feeling is so consuming. And so for someone to say, I see you and I got you and I love you and I'm here is so powerful with their actions and not even with having to say or coach or parent or give platitudes or, you know.
People that just like drop stuff off at your porch. And like, not everyone can do that. You know, a lot of my friends and family are still in the South and but we also have made community here, and so a lot of people sent stuff to our house, like
or text.
Yeah, my parents sent me flowers when our baby passed. My Grammy sent me flowers. I had a lot of people like sending me things in the mail, sending me DoorDash. Yeah, like DoorDash money, so I didn't have to think about what I was cooking for dinner. Yeah, not that I cook in our house anyway, but
yeah, yeah.
Thanks, honey. But
thanks, honey.
But I think being intentional. I feel like. As a culture, we are very like eyes down, stay in your own lane. There's not like an eyes up, be aware of your surroundings, not like in a criminal sense, but in a who's hurting.
In like a others focused sense.
Yeah. Who's hurting, what's around you. Like, you never know. Someone could have a bad day and you just give them a smile and they're like, wow, that made my day. Yeah. Because I know that's happened to me.
Well, and it's just
or I'm like why are you smiling at me, ho? No, I'm just kidding.
Even just doing that, though, is a way of practicing joy. I don't know if you guys knew that. Just, like, smiling at people. It's
letting
you're
someone
practicing
merge
joy.
in your lane.
And and it's, it being present is so powerful.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
And it doesn't have to be grand.
It doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to fix it. Yeah, you don't have to fix whatever the situation is. I think there's so much power and so much love and so much care that's shown when you're present.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do too. I agree with that. Wow, this wasn't even on our agenda today.
Nope. It
was so good, though.
We have 2 stories that we didn't even tell for this for this episode. That's crazy.
I love that. Yeah, we'll have to talk about those next time. I think we got some funny stories on the books.
That we do.
And as we're getting ready for fall, I'm so excited. We're going to talk about, like, just some things that we like to do in the fall, some comfort shows, some songs, some foods, like talk about grilling and chilling, you know, all the things that we like to do.
Yeah. Fall is my absolute favorite time of year.
Yeah. It
is. It's so I love beautiful. Literally everything about it.
I will say this to anyone who is currently listening or watching. If you like fall, put it on your bucket list to go travel from Seattle. I would say probably from, like, Winnemucca. Go drive from Winnemucca up through all the way to the Forks in the first 2 weeks of October. It is breathtaking.
When you do that, you have to take a video, and someone has to be hiding behind a tree going, oh.
Yeah, you got to do the Twilight sound.
You have to, especially if you're in Forks.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I said that. If you go to Forks, you have to do that.
Forks is beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
And the Hoh Rainforest up there is beautiful. The Olympic National Forest is beautiful. It's, if you like
it's
the
on my
fall,
bucket list. Yeah.
moody vibes, I can't remember all the names of the beaches right now. Where's my water bottle? There's one with a K, and I can't remember. Kalaloch Beach is gorgeous. Kalaloch Beach, and then also, like, the Tree of Life. There's a beach over by the Tree of Life, and that one's beautiful. That one's really cool. I like it. Like, actually, I'm, like, choking up because it's just remembering it. It's breathtaking. I want to go back so badly. It's one of my favorite places I've traveled in.
It's on our, like, next on our list of trips to go do.
So good. So beautiful. The fog, the trees, like, the trees are all just barely changing. And so they're all different colors at different stages.
Sign me up.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks of October is, like, prime time to go. Just wanted to shout that out.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And the weather is perfect.
Fall.
Yeah, I love fall.
Love it.
Windows open.
Yes.
Heat on.
No, we don't even turn the heat on. We don't turn the heat on in our house until, like, November.
Oh.
Till, like, the first snow.
I like having, like, a fire. One of my first houses, fun fact, had a fireplace in it. And I like to have the windows open in the fall. In the winter, we had an electric heater in our first house, which was horrible because the cost was insane. But front window open, ambiance from outside, fire, cozied up with a cup of tea.
You want to know what's hilarious about this?
What? So
in the South, everywhere we lived had fireplaces. My husband's family's house had a fireplace. My parents' house had a fireplace. Both our apartment, our duplex, both had a fireplace. All of our friends had fireplaces. Tell me why in the South? Why do you need a fireplace?
Literally,
It's like a Southern thing, and you, like, decorate the mantle, and it's a big deal. So when we moved up here, I told my husband one of the things that I want, like a requirement for me, is a fireplace. We didn't find one apartment when we moved up here with a fireplace. Not one in our price range.
Yeah,
which is insane.
It's only, like, the fancier ones that have, like, the propane
But, like, the sad part is our house doesn't even have a fireplace.
Yeah.
I've looked at getting maybe, like, an electric one.
It's because there's certain areas, like, over where, like, Season's family lives, there's some there's some neighborhoods over there.
Well, her parents and the ones that live behind them, they both have fireplaces in their house.
That's what I'm saying. That area.
That's because it's
area.
bougie.
It's not even bougie. It was back in the day.
That's my dream, to live over there.
Yeah, it's such a good part of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know. It's just wild. Like, you mentioned the fireplace, and I'm like, I need a fireplace. I really want a fire pit, but
yeah,
I don't think we can pull that off in our backyard.
You could get one of those, like, stand ones.
Like a chimenea?
Like the ones in the backyard, like the smokeless ones.
Oh.
Or
yes.
you could get, like,
the hard part is, like, if we put it on our porch, we have, like, the corrugated ceiling.
You could do it on that, like, rock area.
Yeah, it's just right by the AC.
That's true.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
it's just one of those, like, it's a dream of mine, but our backyard, I just don't feel like is super conducive to it.
Yeah. You could do it in the front.
Mm.
She says pass.
I mean,
couldn't be me.
Hard part is we are around a lot of old people, and they're all, one, nosy, and they all smoke. So
that's true. They'd come over and smoke with you at your fire.
Yeah, the backyard is the best bet.
Jesus.
Nelly, I need you to take a chill pill, honey. The backyard is the best bet for not smoking.
For sure.
But we have chairs out there. My husband put a TV out there because why is there a helicopter?
There's a helicopter?
What the junk?
There is. Oh, it's because we're by...
Or is that the news?
It's because we're by a hospital.
Is that a life flight?
I'm pretty sure it is a life flight, yeah.
Sorry, not my non-existent ADHD being like, squirrel. Anyway, what was I talking about?
You were talking about fire pits.
Yeah, I had a thought that is now gone.
That's fine.
They went poof.
The train has left the station.
It did. So anyway, do you want to share like a quote, a verse, or something that's been encouraging you to wrap up this episode?
My gosh.
Because my brain is shot at this point.
I know, my brain.
I don't know what I was going to say.
My brain is melted.
I'm going to text you at like 2 a.m. when I like get up 5 a.m. when I get up to pee in the middle of the night, and I'm going to be like, this is what I meant, and then go back to sleep.
She's going to be like, oh my gosh, the thought came back. It's here. It's now.
It's now.
It's happening. This
we
summer.
found it.
Yeah, I actually I'll share what was encouraging to me this morning when I was reading my Bible. So there's a verse in the Psalms in the Bible, Psalm 33:11, and it says, "But the Lord's plans stand firm forever. His intentions can never be shaken." And that's been encouraging to me because, one, God is actually so good. And I think something I'm learning as I get older and time goes on is my understanding of what is good is so skewed from what actually is good. And as I learn more of what good is, I want more of that, which is more of God and more of His plans. And so it's like, whenever I feel uncertain or I feel inadequate or I'm feeling like maybe I'm not making the strides or the choices that I like want to be making, or plans aren't turning out the way that I want them to. Mm-hmm. It's like, but God's good plans, they stand firm and they're never shaken by anything that I could ever do. And his good intentions for me will never change.
Love that.
And so just having that reminder this morning was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to hold on tightly for it to turn out well, because they will. You know?
Well, and it goes back to, like, God is good regardless of our circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
A quote that I saw it just, like, came up on my
feed.
On my feed, on Instagram was, I thought God lived in the miracles, but I met him in the waiting, in the mornings with nothing new, in the pain of surrender when nothing made sense, but I trusted anyway. Mm. That mixed with this one, it says, some people don't get soft lives, and they know deep suffering, but choose to be kind anyway. And I think about both of those, and, like, looking back on my life of all the things that I waited for.
Yeah.
You know, like, being in college, I waited for a husband. You know, we dated for 5 ever, and then got married. And then we waited for so long to finally be able to get pregnant. And then we didn't get to hold that baby in our arms. Yeah. And so just continuing to wait.
Yeah.
But God is good in that. And the joy that you get when you're in that season of waiting, because you have such a longing for the things that God wants and the things that I believe that he's put on my heart.
Yeah.
And just being able to walk closely with him and like get to know his character. You know, that's why I say, I know I sound like a broken record, but he is good regardless of my circumstances.
Yeah.
And I believe that wholeheartedly. And just knowing, like, I have walked through some hard things. Like, my husband and I have lived a lot of life in 6 years of marriage that a lot of people don't for 20.
Yep.
It's just the reality of life. And, you know, thankfully, our hope is rooted firmly in Jesus.
Yeah.
And I think just trying to stay soft and kind to all people and have empathy for everyone's situations is the life that I want to live. I want people to see Jesus when they look at me.
Yeah.
And so I think just continuing to work on that and make sure that I'm living in community well, that I'm serving others well, has been really important.
Yeah.
And I think that those two quotes, just found them this week, and I was like, yeah, that resonates with me.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Hope is, there's a verse in Romans 8 that talks about how hope has nothing to do with things that we can actually see, and has everything to do with things that we can't. Because otherwise it's fact, it's not hope. And so it's just like, you don't get to experience, I don't think you get to actually experience the joy of hoping and anticipation if you are not keeping your eyes ahead, right? And like holding hope for things that could be, which is also hard at the same time, but there is a joy, there's a joy to it and a strength to it.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think that's it for this episode. I'm getting blocked by the dog. That's okay.
Shocker. They're the main characters here. Let's be real.
Especially
if you watch the episode this time.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, this last one was crazy because, oh my gosh, crazy. We had to re-record it. Sorry, my brain just like stopped.
No, it's okay. I was like, are you gonna expound on that?
It's crazy. Dead in the eyes. Anyway,
it's okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, you matter.
Yep.
You're loved. And we hope you have a great week.
Yep. And we'll see you / talk to you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.